flash.
No substance.
So today's top 5 is the top 5 Tom Hanks movies.
Great.
Suggested to us by our subscriber, Walada Naomi. So, thanks, Naomi.
Good job, man.
I'm going backwards.
Okay.
Terrence, go first.
All right, so it's been a while since we've been doing a top 5, and to be honest, when this one got suggested, I was like, what am I gonna do for top 5 for Tom Hanks? But looking at his actual filmography, there's a lot of great Tom Hanks
Amazing.
films. A lot of great Tom Hanks films. So I'm gonna give a little love to some stuff that may not be on everybody's top 5 list, but I get a lot of grief about my top 5 list.
I got one too, so it's all right.
Who cares? So, number 5.
Number 5.
Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition.
This is a great film. We got to see him as a quasi gangster because he didn't really do no gangster stuff. He wasn't like 3 generations deep in gangsterdom. but it was a monster film for him, and it was great. It had a great story about him and the kid.
Yeah,
and
Newman.
And Newman.
Paul Newman. Yeah.
Yes.
Paul Newman. He got the share screen with Paul Newman.
Yeah, it was. Look, I love this film, and it was one of those films where it almost got to the point of Shawshank Redemption, where it was always on TNT.
Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Perdition.
Shawshank Perdition. I love that. Hashtag Shawshank Perdition. Shawshank Perdition.
Road to Redemption. There you
So Road to Redemption is one of my favorite films, and I was like, I can't.
Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition is one of my favorite films.
Obviously not, if you can't even say the name.
Look, are y'all gonna be like the
Number 4.
pronunciation Nazis today? What is this?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Pronunciation.
I hate you. Bachelor Party.
That at 4?
Yes.
That low?
That low.
Wow.
Because 3, 2, and 1 are really good.
All right. Ain't no better than Bachelor Party.
No, Bachelor Party is like, I would have to say that would be for comedy. That's Tom Hanks coming out film. It was like, he did great. It set the bar for who he was as a comedic actor. It was like the film was funny all the way through. It set up a lot of people who didn't do anything else after that movie.
That's very true, actually. And Tonica Tane was in the White Snake video, and that's it.
It had the most gorgeous woman I had ever seen in my whole life in that bedroom scene when he had to tell her no because he was getting married, and I was like,
Tracy! Oh.
Tom, what are you doing? Tom, what are you doing? Is all I could walk away with.
She was smart.
She was a lot of stuff. She was a lot of stuff. But I love that film, and like it got me on board to Tom Hanks as a comedic actor, especially after the whole Bosom Buddies thing. It was like that was his breakout film. All right, so number 3, Saving Private Ryan.
Never seen it.
You are. How are you doing this top 5? How are you doing a top 5 where you have not seen Saving Private Ryan?
Never had time.
All right, so one thing about Saving Private Ryan is that it is a great war film.
And we leave Matt Damon there.
They save Matt Damon again.
Again. Damn it, Matt.
But it starred Vin Diesel, and it was like the film was really, really great, and it was one of those films where like that was our first war film of this generation, where we really got to take advantage of the special effects, and it was like making it as realistic as possible. And it was like when it came out, veterans were having flashbacks in the film and stuff like that. So, and it was like he did such a great job. You know, once again, these are roles where like you don't normally see Tom Hanks in this type of thing. When it said Road to Perdition, and a gangster film, and then him in a war film, I was like, that's something that you didn't get to see out of Tom Hanks, and it was something that he did well because he's a great actor.
And working with Spielberg too.
Yeah, working with Spielberg.
Yeah,
I was like, we need Spielberg to direct everything. All right, number 2.
Number 2.
I went back and forth on if this was even going to be in my top 5 list, and I don't know how I made number 2 if it's in my top 5. I didn't know if I was going to put it in my top 5.
That high, okay. What is
that
it?
high? Toy Story.
Toy Story. That's
Toy Story. And I was trying to decide between Toy Story 1, 2, or 3, but the first one was more about him than because Toy Story 2 was more about Buzz, and then Toy Story 3 was more about all of them together and dealing with the situation of them being no longer wanted. So this one was really about Tom Hanks, him and Woody. And that was a new character to begin with. So it's like that character is an iconic character now because of how great of a job he did, that Tom Hanks did as that character.
And pretty much was the stepping stone for Pixar to...
Exactly. He brought Pixar into the relevancy right now.
Exactly. Number 1.
Number 1. You've never seen this movie either. And I don't know how you're doing this top 5 list and you have not seen The Burbs.
The Burbs is your number 1.
Okay, if you want to talk about every movie that, and I know you're gonna say Forrest Gump and all that stuff and Big, yeah. But you know what Tom Hanks movie I watch all the time? I made my.
Let me guess. The Burbs.
I watched this film all the goddamn time. I never get tired of it. Every joke still, I will repeat the jokes and they're still funny to me every time I hear them.
I'm gonna have to see it.
You have to see the birds.
You know what's hilarious is that I've had it on DVR for like 6 months. That's still haven't
It's
seen
been
it.
an hour and a half and watched the film. It's the greatest film of Tom Hanks' career.
I just saw Top Gun. I finally saw Top Gun. It only took me 30
Just in time to see the sequel. Just in time to see the sequel.
All right, my number 5 starts with Big, his first Academy Award nomination. But damn it, if he was not freaking funny. And I just thought that his performance was just. I thought Penny Marshall directed him beautifully. I thought a lot of the scenes, especially with the piano and all that, it was freaking awesome. I love Big.
I think it was one of those films that was like, it was heartwarming.
Yes, it was very heartwarming.
It was very heartwarming.
funny.
It's like, but
number 4. Now this is actually
because we didn't do this. Number 4.
for me, one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies of all time is actually Nothing in Common.
Really?
That is one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies of all time. Nothing in Common was it hits it hits home for me because of the father-son factor in the whole thing, the theme of father and son. Being estranged and all that, so it hit home for me. But he was just brilliant in that movie. I thought that was one of the first times where you really started to get to see those acting chops like that, where they were barely coming out right there. So it gave him a chance to do a mix of drama and comedy. Last film,
a dramedy. Last
film for Jackie Gleason. It was just a freaking awesome movie. I love that movie. Number 3.
Because I forgot what number we're on.
That's right. Number 3 is Forrest Gump. Damn it! You want to talk about technology and how Tom Hanks is part of technology with Pixar and all that and Toy Story? Well, Tom Hanks was also a big part of technology when it came to the special effects of going back in the past, the way they were.
How they spliced him into all these iconic
with all of these times in history with JFK, with John Lennon, and all of this stuff that they did with that, and the special effects on there were great. Robert Zemeckis was just freaking awesome in that movie. He got his second Oscar for that, actually, in '94.
Did you just pick all his Oscar wins or what?
No. Because, damn it, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Gary Sinise should have won for freaking Lieutenant Dan, not Mark Landau.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. So Forrest Gump's number 3. Number 2 is Bachelor Party.
Is that why you thought it was too low?
It was too low. That is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. It's my top 5 comedy of all time. I freaking love Bachelor Party, and you got all of these, these movies from the 80s that were just like these immature and stupid movies that we saw, raunch comedies. There you go.
I would say, would you say that was the beginning of that genre?
It was there because you not well no.
That's where your American Pies kind of came from.
Revenge of the Nerds was '84, so Nerds and Porky's was in '80. So when you got all of those, but Bachelor Party, that one just took it to a whole other level. That movie is so damn funny. I mean, shit, the donkey doing drugs is just hilarious to me. I just think it's freaking hilarious to me. Nick, the whole cast was great. Barry Diamond, and then you had freaking American Ninja himself, freaking Michael Dudikoff. So Dudikoff was in there. Adrian Zmed, the hot chick from T.J. Hooker.
Oh my God, I love that movie. So
awesome
much.
movie. I love that movie. All right, number 1. My number 1 Tom Hanks movie of all time, in all honesty, is Philadelphia.
Really?
It is Philadelphia.
That's such a drab movie.
It is. It tackled a serious issue that nobody even dared to touch. Jonathan Demme was courageous in doing this movie.
For that one too, right?
He that was his first Oscar. He won the first Oscar.
Picked all his Oscar wins.
No, but I mean, I know it looks that way, but the truth is that Forrest Gump was great. But that's when you really saw what Tom Hanks could do as an actor. And
I think that's where we first realized he could really do drama.
Exactly. And putting him next to freaking Denzel to play off each other was really smart to do that, because Denzel was also coming into his own, I'd like to think. And then that was in 1993.
Deep Cover.
Yeah. He was not in Deep Cover. How come you keep saying he's in Deep Cover? He was in Ricochet.
Ricochet, sorry. Lawrence Fishburne was in Deep Cover. He was in Ricochet.
Either way, Philadelphia was absolutely gold. I love Tom Hanks for that movie. That's what set up to where he is at today. There is nothing that Tom Hanks is right now without Philadelphia. So that's my number 1. Honorable mentions.
I'm still upset. I keep doing a Deep Cover Ricochet thing.
Yeah, the second time.
Yeah, I know. League of Our Own.
Leave Our Own. Yeah. No Crying in Baseball.
Captain Phillips.
Never seen it.
Art, why weren't you on this top 5?
Y'all named all these movies. I've seen every single one of these movies.
You've seen Captain Phillips?
Yes.
Never seen Captain Phillips.
Even I have.
Why are you in this top 5?
I don't know.
All right. Apollo 13.
Great movie.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
So
Hey, my honorable mentions were on there.
that's what I think about your top 5 list, sir.
All right, what else?
That's it. That's what I was saying. Okay. I'm tired of you saying I haven't seen it.
Hey, Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch. It's okay.
I love Turner and Hooch.
It's not a great film. It's okay.
I also had Toy Story. I like The Lady Killers. I thought he was so good in that movie. It was such a freaking cool little movie.
I don't actually. I've never seen Lady Killers.
Art, you should have been in this. Why the hell are you on this? Splash?
Splash was okay.
That would have been.
That would have been. It was one of my favorites, but I just Bachelor Party just takes over Splash. Anyway, I did like the Da Vinci Code. I did like the Da Vinci Code. I love Dragnet, but you were right.
Dragnet's okay.
We talked about it in pregame.
It wasn't enough Tom Hanks.
Because it wasn't enough Tom Hanks, but Tom Hanks was great in that movie. He was basically Rick Gaskell from Bachelor Party. As a cop, basically. That's what it was. But and my personal favorite is The Money Pit with Shelley Long.
I like The Money Pit. That's what I forgot to mention.
I was so close to putting that in my top
like The
5.
Money Pit.
It was
The only thing about Money Pit
big.
is in some parts it kind of dragged.
But it was funny.
It was funny.
The physical comedy in it was
dragged.
freaking hilarious.
Hey, The Circle.
That movie was horrible.
No, but he played. This was the first. Think of another movie where he was the villain.
I don't care. That movie sucked.
The movie sucked. His character, he nailed it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so tell us your top 5 Tom Hanks movies.
Yes. Please say that you actually see.
And would you have put Money Pit or Big in top 5? I don't know.
Hey, well, yeah, maybe Money Pit. I'm not as big of a fan for Big. And I like Big. I've seen Big a bunch of times, so it's just not one of my favorite movies.
Terrence, take us home.
All right, so like I said, put your top 5 in the list in the comments below. Tell us what you guys think is your top 5 Tom Hanks films. Make sure you have seen these films and not that you put stuff just because you know that they're popular films.
Because you memorize cover boxes.
Yeah,
and you work at
exactly.
Blockbuster.
So don't do that. All right, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel. If this is your first time here, check us out. See other things that we do besides top 5. We do podcasts, we do Star Wars stuff, we do guilty pleasure movies, and obviously top 5. So
and we have to do You Don't Hate. We haven't done You Don't Hate. But that'll be coming soon.
it's gonna be RoboCop, by the way. And if you guys know anybody else who'd be interested in the channel, let them know. Have them check us out.
We want to thank Walada Naomi for suggesting Tom Hanks movies. It was pretty fun. It was pretty, like he said, I didn't expect that. Like he had a really good filmography. So.
Yeah, this is one of the
hard to pick actually. It was pretty good though.
No, it was easy to pick.
Not bad. For Aspen and Art. Wait, for Aspen and Art in the back, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And we'll see you next time.
But you got to give him a little bit of time.
Like there's a
It's like my number 5. My number 5 is a flat. My number 4 is.
I thought you said you weren't gonna edit.
I had a seizure. That's how fast they were flashing. Ah!
I was being